diving. Hope comes and stops us in our tracks. Bravely we prove in our striving, trudging together each day. Where there's a will, there's a way.
Ta-da! I'm back. I'm back. Guess who's back? Back again. Dion's back. Tell a friend. You think I don't listen to Eminem? I listen to Eminem. Hey, Amber. Yay. Thank you for using YouTube. I actually appreciate that. I really do, because I have a lot of stuff on YouTube. Like thousands of videos. How many do I have? I'd have to go look. Let's find out. Let's find out how many videos does Dion currently have viewed your channel. Yeah, there it is. I have 1.6 thousand videos, 1,600 videos. What's with the Bronco shirt? Yeah, I know, because Russell's selling his house. I have it on because I've been cleaning today, and this one's dirty, and I didn't want to get another one dirty. So there you go. It's actually a little too warm, so we're going to take it off. So, before I get started, I want to talk a little bit about morals, ethics. Ethics. Oh, no, not ethics. Yes, ethics, man. Yeah. There's a lot of unethical things that happen. And for me, I can only really talk about me. So let's just stick there. Here's the thing is, if I know that what you are doing is just trying to hurt other people, there is no way I will support you. I won't even come on here and mention your name. No, I might call you out. Okay. Now I backed off on the safety. Yeah, I'm a true fan. I love the Broncos, man. It isn't so much but thank you, Amber, because I am a true fan. I like my football. And I'm kind of glad the Chiefs won. I know we're not supposed to go for people but they didn't earn it. So anyway, that's football, and I'm off. Talk about ethics. And no, I don't think football's rigged. I just don't. But anyway, it can be tough because sometimes I want to work with these companies, but then I find that they're supporting people and they are knowingly doing it, but they're like, well, there's our only outlet. I'm like, well, that's not a good excuse to me. I'm sorry, but that's just not a good enough excuse for me. Okay. Recovery and alcoholism belongs to alcoholics, and that's it. That's it. It doesn't belong to anybody else. Well, families that have been, okay, but alcoholism in and of itself is something very different, and it requires other alcoholics. Period. It requires other alcoholics who have recovered. Okay. It requires recovered alcoholics. Now, I get a little upset because we have things like recovery coaches, and what they're doing is they're getting paid to 12th step. But in a sense, are they? Okay. Because they haven't finished the work. You cannot transmit something you do not have. That includes God. Welcome to Daily Trudge. My name is Dion. It's a great name. I love my name. I used to hate it, but now I love it because it's distinct and everybody knows who I am. And there are other reasons, but I can't say them because it's not very PC. All right. It used to be, but it's not PC anymore, and I don't feel like starting a fight. So sometimes we want to help, right? And I know that feeling. I know that feeling that I want to help, but I can't because I'm powerless. Okay. Let's go back. Let's go to the doctor's opinion on some of this. Because Dr. Silkworth is very honest with us. He's very, very honest with us. Okay. If any feel that as psychiatrists directing a hospital for alcoholics, we appear somewhat sentimental, let them stand with us on the firing line. Okay. We're the firing line, friends. Hi, Patricia. Good to see you. Good to see you. Now, this is a man who is non-alcoholic, but spent a good portion of his career trying to work with alcoholics. Now, I don't know the reason why. His father or mother was probably alcoholic, probably died from alcoholism, and he wanted to do something about it. That's usually where we get people with servant's hearts, and we need those people. We need them. Oh, yeah, we do. Okay. See the tragedies, the despairing wives and husbands. I added husbands in there. Little children. The little children. Nothing hurts worse than the kid crying, man. Nothing hurts worse. Okay. You find yourself a good preventionist and you hold on to them. If you ever need a good preventionist, let me know. I know a couple. I'll just hand you to Amy Moore. She'll take absolutely great care of you. And the most cynical will not have wondered why we have accepted and encouraged this movement. Now, Dr. Silkworth could have been an asshole. He could have been a jerk about this whole thing, but he wasn't. Imagine some drunk coming along with the answer after years and years and years of trying. Okay. Dr. Silkworth had a lot of humility. He had to have had God in his life. I think he did. Okay. We feel after many years of experience that we have found nothing better, which has contributed more to the rehabilitation of these men than the altruistic movement now growing up among them. Okay. And what is an altruistic movement? Altruistic movement means that we require nothing. See, AA, we started a movement. This is a movement, man. And what's neat about it is it requires nothing from you. There are no axes to grind. We talked about this a little bit earlier, right? Okay. Now, the problem is this. We need to get to a place where we are helping other people. And that's the 12th step. Okay. Now, the only thing that's really going to add more to that is time. And this is where time is our friend and our experience. See, life's still going to throw these things at us. They're still going to throw these things at us. Okay. But when we don't do the work, what starts to happen is then intellect starts to take over. And then we start saying some fairly dangerous things, even in meetings. Okay. Well, a lot of times what we'll do is we will just say the same thing at every meeting, every single time. Okay. And that doesn't really account for growth. Right? It doesn't. I mean, we're all learning here. We're all learning. And that's the good thing about it is that it's we. Okay. So on page 164, it explains that you cannot transmit something that you do not have. Okay. If this person needs $5 and I don't have it, I can't give it to them. I used to have a different example, but and it was very, very funny back in the 90s. But now people just go, ew, that's gross, because they have no sense of fucking humor. I'm not going to tell it to you. I'm not going to do it here. If you want to call me, I'll tell it to you. But I never don't. So let's go to 164. Well, we hear 164 all the time, but we might get something out of it again. We might get something else out of it. Right? So what we're also going to find out while we're doing this, okay, is we're going to find that sometimes we are not the answer. Sometimes you may not have an answer. Sometimes the answer may just be listening. Okay. Now, when we try, what the problem becomes is when we try and impose what we're doing upon other people. Unsolicited advice is usually somebody trying to fix your problem so they don't have to fix theirs. Okay. If you have, let's say, you got DUI and you're trying to figure out how to get your driver's license back. Maybe you should talk to somebody who's gotten a DUI and they can teach you that. There's ways about getting your license back. Oh, you know what? I can't have a bank account because this, and this. I know how to work with that. See, there are things in everyday life. Okay, now we call them hacks, but it's just life. Okay. But there are things in everyday life that I know about and Chris knows about because we're a little bit older that you may not know yet. You may not know some little tricks. Okay. Well, AA is the same way. It isn't much different. Still, you may say, but I will not have the benefit of contact with you who wrote this book. Not true. Okay. It says we cannot be sure. Okay. It's true. Some of us have been going to a 5:30 meeting on Thursdays. We started the meeting. Eve came along. She's like, would you mind if I did this? We're like, yeah. And it's been fantastic. It's been really cool. And it is put together by one of the original 100. So yes, we will have contact with people who write this book. It may not be a physical contact, but it sure is in the spirit. And that's the language of the heart, is the spirit. Okay. God will determine that. And he did. He determined it. It's right here. These people are right here. It's 6 p.m. You lost me. Probably something I said. God will determine. Oh, yeah, the meeting's at 6 p.m. Thank you. Yeah, it's not at 5:30 anymore. It's at 6. That's what she's saying. Thank you, Virgo. I have a couple other Virgos helping me. And between the three of us, we keep everything in line, man. We don't even know we're doing it. It's cool, right? Okay. God will determine that. So you must remember your real reliance is always upon him. He will show you how to create the fellowship you crave. And we do. We crave this fellowship. I crave it. Just a few weeks ago, I was complaining to Amber that I need my circle, right? And that's slowly happening. But it's, once that intention starts to happen, right? Our book is meant to be suggestive only. Yeah, should just cross that line out. They're just trying to be nice. No alcoholic likes to be told what to do. Nobody wants to be told what to do. So we say it's going to be suggestive. It's the kind of suggestion where if you jump out of an airplane, we suggest that you pull the ripcord for your parachute. It's the same kind of suggestion. That's the best way I've heard it. We realize we know only a little. God will constantly disclose more to you and us. And he has disclosed more. Sure, he has. Okay. From the time this was printed till the time that this came out, oh, they learned a lot. They learned a lot, man. Right? And what did they do? Why did they do that? So I don't make the same mistake. So I don't have to go over the same hurdles that they went through. Okay? Like money. Right? Ask him in your morning meditation what you can do each day for the man who is still sick. The answers will come. Here's the key. If your own house is in order. If. It's like a but. Yeah, the answers will come. If your own house is in order. Okay. 12 steps. I cannot help somebody else until I have learned how to help myself. Okay. AA is not a self-help program. It is a help yourself program. It is a buffet. Because the one thing that we weren't given as alcoholic was choices. But once we say you have a choice now, we tend to take the right road. What is that? That's called being naive. And it's not your fault. It means you just don't know. Okay? But obviously, and it's probably not that, you can't transmit something you haven't got. You just can't. And I watch people try and do this all the time. And then they walk around and they say, why am I unhappy? Because they don't understand that happiness is not it's a dividend. It's not a state of being. It is a feeling. Okay. We're going for balance. There is such a thing as toxic positivity. Positivity can become toxic. Okay? Well, if you're just positive, well, being positive requires really no action. So what is that? Denial. That is, we are not being honest with ourselves. We're like, oh, well, I'll just think of something good then. Oh, this is going on, so I should feel grateful. No. This is going on, so I'm going to write a gratitude list. Maybe you should work on the problem. Okay? Yeah, and this is happening. It's happening. It's hard to realize, but if you hang out with me long enough, you'll see it. You'll see it. Okay. There are a lot of people running around out there giving bad information. Okay. Because they are not sharing their experience. They're stealing other people's experience. See to it that your relationship with him is right, and great events will come to pass for you and countless others. This is the great fact for us. It's a great fact. And we just talked about this. We just talked about this at the beginning. Thousands. Oh, no, it was actually the one that I did earlier. Thousands of alcoholics. You bet. Abandon yourself to God as you understand God. Admit your faults to him and to your fellows. Clear away the wreckage of your past. Give freely of what you find and join us. Give freely. I can't do it any other way. It doesn't work the same. The result is not the same. When I do it a different way, when money becomes involved, my success rate goes down. It means I help less people. No, I won't do that. A lot of people get on me about it, but I feel they don't understand. If this was about money, we'd all... Thank God there's some of us that understand. That's all I got. I'm going to keep it at that. So, give freely of what you find. We shall be with you in the fellowship of the Spirit. Fellowship. I hope you didn't catch that. I'm going to redo it. I said fellowship. My dyslexia is on point. Okay. My dyslexia is working very well today. We shall be with you in the fellowship of the Spirit, and you will surely meet some of us as you trudge the road of happy destiny. May God bless you and keep you until then. Yeah. People don't like that word trudge. That's why I took it. Nobody else really uses the word trudge. Okay, trudge is not a bad word. It's actually when we trudge together, then that's when the camaraderie happens. See, life's going to happen. So you're either going to do it by yourself, alone. My outhouse has 2 seats. That's a fellowship. That's great. Let's end it there. All right. Thank you, everybody, for being here. I love you. Peace out and have a day. Bye-bye.